Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be giving you guys the exact rundown on how our monthly qualifier weekend went. So let's hop into the video. All right, guys, so you can see here, this is how our day went. Starting from top to bottom, we did win the first round 2-0, and then we actually lost the second round 2-0, which was a little bit unfortunate. I don't think we've ever lost a monthly qualifier round this early, and this put us in a really uncomfortable spot because anytime you get two losses means you're either going to go to the tiebreaker or you're not going to make the monthly final. So, you know, we were not very comfortable with losing the second round, but either way, we had to keep playing. We had to move on. And we ended up coming back, winning the third round 2-0. And in the fourth round, we actually played against a really strong team. We did win 2-0, but again, it was not ideal facing a strong team like that so early in the rounds. But either way, moving on to the fifth round, we did win 2-0 versus THB Black. And then in the sixth round, we played against Zulon's buddy Zekrom, and they actually took a set off of us. They ran triple tank 3 times in a row, and they caught us off guard, and they took a set off us. But we did end up winning that sixth round. So in the seventh round, we played against O.O, a very, very strong team that has been upsetting some of the best teams in North America. And honestly, we knew this was going to be a really tough game. We did lose 2-0, but it was a little bit closer than 2-0. We did win one game each set. But again, we did lose, so that means that we get put into the tiebreaker, which is the first time ever that we've got put into a tiebreaker. But anyways, guys, let's get into the tiebreaker. All right, guys, this is going to be the third game of the first set versus Monkeys. Now, they ran this pretty crazy comp, I have to say. They ran Mortis, Edgar, and Poco, and it caught us off guard again. So they won the second game actually with this exact same comp. So we switched it up just to make sure that we could handle it better. We went with a Tara. That way, you know, we could probably handle the Mortis and Edgar just a little bit better. But either way, you can see that Edgar, he uses the new gadget, which again, I didn't think is very good, but Edlu is very good on Edgar and makes it work. But either way, you know, so far so good. And we do have the control. Zulon gets a nice pull, and you can see that Mortis is just being really annoying, trying to distract me as much as possible. And my job is just to make sure that Mortis stays low and doesn't, you know, get too far into our base. And you can see I missed my super. That was pretty bad, and I keep missing my shots. So he does get into our base. Edlu does go down, which is a huge kill. That way, because if they have two, you know, Edgar and Mortis in our base, it's going to be almost too much to handle at the same time. So again, me and Zulon do pinch while Tyrant just tries to lock down the mid. But either way, looking pretty solid so far. We have a 6-2 gem lead, which is really important. We do not want to let them get the gem lead. And otherwise, you know, it's going to be really hard for our team to come back. They can just grab a gem with Mortis or something and then, you know, kind of win the game. Tyrant gets a nice kill onto the Mortis. And, you know, we are looking pretty good. Very nice pull from Zulon to basically, you know, give us full control. And here is, you know, the Poco trying desperately to save the game. But we do, you know, we just have too much HP and too much damage for the Poco. And Poco goes down into the corner. And we're just trying to pick up this last gem. We just do not want to die against the Mortis. And I think we do actually die. So it's not a great spot to die. But again, there's no way for this Mortis to get out. Zulon and Tyrant are going to get that pinch. And this is going to be really tough for them to come back. Tyrant misses the pull. No one saw that. But either way, this is looking really good. There's almost no way for them to come back unless they get some sort of crazy kill. If they get Edgar jump, maybe, which they just got. But he had no more gadgets, or he just died instantly. So we do get that win. We win the first set. So let's hop into the second set. All right, guys, hopping into the second set on Safe Zone. Now we are up 1-0 at this point. If we win this game, we do move on to the semifinals, I believe, and we would be facing Aqua. So again, this is a very important game that we do need to win here. And so far, Zulon has a great start on the right side. He's going to break the Spike's grass. That way he can push up easier, knowing where the Spike is, hit more shots. And we're just going to be healing Tyrant. Tyrant's going to push up as much as possible, get some damage. I believe he's going to go down here, but again, not the end of the world. We still have control as long as we don't let them push up. Me and Zulon do pinch the Spike, which is a very important kill. That way they get no control whatsoever out of our death. And so far, again, Zulon popping off on this right side. Forces the Nanny in the corner, which is a really tough spot for the Nanny. And Tyrant gets a super. Zulon is now going to break this wall, which is, again, really nice for Tyrant as Colette. And Tyrant is doing as much as he can there. But unfortunately, I probably should have been kept healing him. But I wanted to make sure that the Nanny didn't push up. I do get a kill on the Spike, and I just kind of tried to hold the Nanny back, excuse me. But again, yeah, I should have been healing Tyrant a little bit more. But either way, now we are just ignoring the Nanny because, well, we have a huge damage lead. There's basically no way for them to come back. Nanny does hit me with the super and kills me, but again, our team's looking really solid. We should be able to finish that game. Nice TP from Knight to actually save the game. I didn't see this while it happened because, well, I'm just stuck in my base trying to defend the Nanny. but they have 4% left on their save. They technically can come back here. It would be a little bit hard now that Edlu went down, but again, you know, they had the opportunity to come back if Edlu did stay alive because of that nice save from Knight. But again, we are looking very strong with Knight going super low here, Knight going down. There's basically no way that they can stop all of us from coming in, and we do get that win, meaning we move on to the semifinals versus Aqua. And if we win that match, then we are guaranteed a spot in the monthly finals. All right, guys, hopping into it. This is the semifinals versus Aqua. This is the second game of Canal Grande. In the first set, we actually won the first game, and this is the second one. But either way, we're going to be running Rosa, Tick, and Brock. And me and Minwong actually did the same exact thing where we ran the Tick gadget that shoots a ton of mines. Honestly, I don't know many players that do that anymore or do that at all. Usually, I also just run the shield every time. But lately, I've been thinking that that gadget might actually be better, especially on a map like this, because mid control is so important. And if you block off mid, they take too much damage walking in. But either way, we have a good early lead. Zuan is trying to sneak up on the Bell if Bell oversteps. And Tyrant is going to go down by a nice shot from Jigsaw. And that does take us out of the lead. But I believe Zuan is going to get... Okay, actually, Zuan goes down, but we get that kill, which is actually even better. That way, we actually stay in the lead. But again, we have so many stars on our head. If we do go down, it's going to get a little bit risky. Now, we do get shot. We had to back up because of the Brock super. And this is looking a little bit tougher as we speak for Zulan, especially because, well, he is just a Rosa and there is no grass for him left. We do have a 2-star lead, but again, it's not very safe lead. If Zulan goes down, it's going to be really tough. If we go down, you know, we're also losing. So again, Tyron is the only person that can die. And even then, Tyron is getting pushed back by a Tick. It's really hard for him to win that lane at this point. And we're trying to help him, but at the same time, we have to make sure that Zuan doesn't get pinched super hard. So again, we are really, like, you know, in a weird spot here. This Tick had actually killed Jigsaw. I was really surprised. You know, I thought he would heal by then, but either way, I guess we got a little bit lucky on that kill. Tyron is going to go down, and Zuan gets a nice kill, able to get out here, I think, which is really important. Oh, there we go. So we get a kill on Jigsaw in the mid, and Zuan actually stayed alive, which was huge. He does go down now, but again, we are looking really solid. Tyron gets a kill in the mid, and basically at this point, we're the only person that has to stay alive. Zuan's just going up, causing pressure. As long as we stay alive, we win this game, and which we are going to do. And that means we are up 1-0. If we win one more set, we are guaranteed a monthly final spot. All right, guys, hopping into the first game on Factory Rush. This is the second set, so if we win this set, we are guaranteed again a monthly final spot, which is very important. So either way, the bolt is spawned left, so we are going to double team the left side, which I think is a huge, you know, big play to make. I think it's really important to double team the bolt side, because I think you'll see this, that we'll get one bolt and it will be enough to win the bot, because honestly, it's kind of crazy. But anyway, I'm not a huge fan of the way Siege has been played lately, but either way, you know, nice kill from Zuan in the 1v2 lane, and we are looking good. We get a 1-bolt Siege bot, which is so important. The first bot, I'm telling you right now, is so important. If you get the first bot, it's really, really easy to hold control. It is a little bit tougher versus a thrower like Sprout, but again, it's still, you know, relatively easy if you play it the right way. We do get a kill onto Slash. They didn't have a mark for defense, which was super important. So we actually got a little bit of damage. We got, you know, about 30%, which is really nice on the first bot. And we are locking down the control mid. You can see that we have a really good setup here, that we are in mid. We should have probably been on the left side to help Tyrant, since he is getting 2v1, and Zuan has that lane on lockdown, but Tyrant is playing extremely well on his side, and we're looking pretty good here. So we do get a kill on Slash in the mid, and the problem is for them that they went to the left side, but the bolts start spawning mid. So even though that they got control of left, they didn't really get any bolts, so it worked out in our favor. And here I think we made a little bit of a mistake by not going for that right bolt, but you know, it's not the end of the world. We actually might get that kill. Yeah, we didn't want to risk it. Slash does get that bolt, but it's not, you know, too bad. We just didn't want to give him mark. And as well, you can see that we're still doing a ton of damage. We just didn't want to give Bell mark for defense. But again, we are looking really, really good. We can honestly dive at this point. It would be a little bit tough to dive, but we could technically dive. We get a kill on the left side, which is basically, you know, a huge kill that might actually, you know, secure this game for us. But either way, looking really solid, and Zuan with a nice kill on the right. That is going to kill Bell, I believe. And we're just picking up so many bolts at this point, they have no chance of coming back. So we do get that win, and yeah. Well, then we actually go on to win the next game. Honestly, I got super carried in the next game. I did absolutely nothing, so that's why I didn't show it. My teammates Tyrant and Zuan actually carried me so hard the next game. But either way, we do win 2-0 versus Aqua, meaning that we do qualify for the monthly finals. It was a little bit scarier than I would have liked, but we did qualify. And we have one more game, and this game is kind of important because it does really matter for seeding. But either way, let's get into the next one. All right, guys, hopping into the last game of the tiebreaker. Now, if we win this game, we finish a 6th seed, which is really important for us in the monthly final. The 6th seed works out in our favor, so we really wanted to win this game, and you know, it's still very important. So either way, we're going to be running a Ruff's Gene Tick comp, which is, you know, a well-rounded comp inside of the game. Now, I was still running that, you know, gadget that shoots a ton of mines. That was honestly a mistake. Here, I would have rathered the shield, but I just didn't change it in time. But it actually helps us later in this game. You'll see, I think right here, you can see that Piper gets put in a weird spot, and I put so many mines behind the Piper. It forces Piper to jump here, and Zuan might be able to get that kill. Actually, we don't get the kill, but you can see that it almost got us a kill. So it was close, but either way, we are still, you know, in control. Zuan does have power up at this point, so it's really nice, and we are in a good spot here. So we're going to be pushing the tick back as soon as possible, which we do, and Tyrant and Zuan are just going super aggressive on their lane, and they're winning it. Zuan does get pulled, but I think he'll actually be okay. He gets the return pull and the kill, so you know, it does work out in her favor. It looked a little bit risky, but again, it works out, and we are looking really solid here. So you know, unfortunately, the other team I did think did have delay this game. I think they mentioned it in the chat. So it is a little bit unfortunate that they had delay. I think I had a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. So either way, delay is super unfortunate, guys. And there's really nothing you can do about it. But either way, you know, this game is still super important, so we still are trying our best to win this for sure. And we are looking really solid. Even though we only have a 1-star lead, we are powered up. Zuan has like a ton of HP from the Ruffs. And honestly, it's going to be too hard to kill. So either way, again, now even Tyrant is powered up. So our entire team is powered up. As long as we don't get like pulled across the map at the last second, we should win this game. And you know, I think we're looking pretty good here. It's getting a little bit risky. Zuan does miss pull, so they still have one more pull to go. But they do get the kill on the Gene, basically securing the game. You can see Tyrant goes up with no worries in the world about dying. So we do win the first game. All right, guys, so we did move on to win that next game, winning the first set on dry season. So this is the second set on double swoosh. And this is actually the last game. So this is game 3. We did lose one here. We did also win one game. So this game, we really wanted to win. I think Tyrant had to go at this point. So we were in a really big rush to actually win this game. We did not want to lose. So we're going to play a little bit more aggressive than we normally do. So I do win that right side, burning the mid grass right away. And burning that mid grass is so important for the mid matchup. Zuan now knows where the enemy Gene is basically at all times. And it's super helpful for him. But either way, we can see how far we've pushed up. Tyrant is pushed up. I'm pushed up. We just want to win this game right here, right now. We want to get as many gems as possible. And I do push up, get another kill, and we are locking this down. We have every little bit of grass on this right side on fire, or just ready to be on fire here. Tyrant gets a nice pull onto the spike, and we are looking really, really solid here, basically locking down the mid. Or with 7 gems collected, excuse me, we only need a couple more. We are in such a good position. Tyrant has super in their base, is honestly just, you know, running over them at this point. They missed the Gene pull. That was basically their last ditch effort to come back in this game. Zuan spinning. Honestly, this is just fun spins, guys. They were spinning as well the entire series. We both qualified for the monthly final, so I think both teams were happy at this point. No one was upset whether we won or lost this game. But again, seeding did matter for us, so we were taking it seriously. And again, we're going to win that game. We're going to win the tiebreaker completely. Yeah, we qualified for the monthly. All right, guys, that's going to be it for the video. Now, I hope you enjoyed this type of qualifier, rundown, weekend, whatever you want to call it. I hope you guys did enjoy. I do enjoy making these videos. But again, we did qualify for the monthly final. It was a little bit scarier than we would have liked, of course. But either way, if you guys did enjoy, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. And I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.